The big concept you will be able to take away from this is you should be able to multiply a decimal by a whole number using a pictorial model and algorithm, multiply a decimal by a decimal using a pictorial model and algorithm, and last, divide a decimal by a whole number using pictorial models and algorithm. During this video, it would be a good idea to take some notes to help connect your learning and apply it to your work at the end of this lesson. Okay, so now we are moving on to the actual lesson part, and the first part of the lesson is going to be multiplying a decimal number by a whole number. The first thing I'm going to do is show you using the pictorial model. So right here, I'm going to circle, this is what we call the hundreds grid. The hundreds grid means there's 100 of these pieces that make one whole. And that's kind of what we're talking about when we're looking at a decimal. So this says that I have 21 hundredths, are 21 out of 100 pieces. And it says we're going to do 21 hundredths 4 times. So I'm going to just go to my highlighter and I'm going to highlight 21 of these squares. I know one whole row is 10, so I have 10, 20, and then 21. But I'm going to have to do that 4 times. So I'm going to move to a different color. And this time, right here, it's going to be a little bit harder because now this is 9, plus another 10 is 19, and then 20, 21. Now I'm going to do another color because this is 21 times 2. So now this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now we have 21 hundredths times 3, and I need to do one more to make it times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 10, that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now in order to find out what the product or the answer to this multiplication question is to count up all of the pieces. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. 84 hundredths. So the answer, or the product, to 21 hundredths times 4 would be 84 hundredths. This is like repeated addition because I'm using this hundreds grid and I'm putting 21 on there 4 times. The other way we can multiply a decimal by a whole number is using standard algorithm, so just actually doing the math. The most important thing is to put the longer number on top. Not necessarily the more value number, but the number that is longer. We actually have 2 numbers that both have 2 numbers. So it doesn't matter which one goes on top. But in this instance, I'll just go ahead and put the 15 on top just because that's how my brain is working and that's what I want to do. And then I'll put the 8 hundredths underneath. So notice I have that decimal. Now, the important thing to remember when we're multiplying using standard algorithm with decimal numbers is that you do not line up the decimal. You multiply like that decimal isn't even there, and then we go back and add the decimal to our product. So first we're going to do the 8 times 5, just like regular multiplication, which is 40, so I'm going to put my 0, carry my plus 4. Now 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12. Now I could go down here and put a 0 and multiply and get that, but I know that those are going to be zeros. So I actually have my answer already. It's 120. But that's not true, because there's no way that 15 0.8 could equal 120. That's just way too big. And I actually need to go ahead and put my decimal in. So if I'm looking at this, the way to know where to put your decimal is to count how many numbers are behind a decimal. So this is the only decimal number right here, and there's 1, 2 numbers behind. So I'm going to put my decimal here and move it 1, 2 places. So the answer is 1 and 2/10, or we could call it 1 and 20/100. It means the same thing, it has the same value. Now we're going to multiply a decimal number by a decimal number. Using the pictorial model is a little more complicated on this one, just because you are actually taking a piece of a piece. So it's really hard to explain how can I multiply a piece by another piece. So what I like to think about is this hundreds grid as like a giant sheet of cake, like one big cake cut into 100 pieces. And I know I'm going to pretend like I'm icing and putting different things on my cake. So 4/10 of my cake, I'm going to ice. I'm going to put a pink icing on it and make it look really pretty. So I'm going to do like a pink color icing. Okay, but I'm only going to do 4/10 of my cake. So that means there's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. So 4/10 of my cake has icing on it, pink icing. Well, 3/10 of my cake, I'm going to put strawberries on, so I'm going to put a red color on it now. And pretend these are strawberries, and I'm going to do 3/10. Now here's the thing, I have to go in this direction. So that's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. When you are asked to solve a problem like this, what they're really looking for is what got double coded. So it's kind of hard to tell right here just because my marker didn't really blend it together like a regular highlighter would. But the product of 4/10 and 3/10 is what's left behind. What's double iced and coated right here. So how much of my cake has both pink icing and strawberries? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12/100, or 12 out of my 100 pieces have both icing and strawberries. Now I can also solve this by using standard algorithm. Again, I want to put the longer number on top. This time we do have a longer number. It's 12/100, sorry. So I'm putting my 12/100 and I'm multiplying it by 9/10. 9/10 is actually a larger value than 12/100, but it's not as long, so that's why we're going to put it at the bottom. So when I multiply here, again, I multiply like regular. I pretend those decimals don't exist, but first I like to count how many numbers are behind a decimal. So this one has 2 behind it. This one has 1. So I know I'm going to need to move my decimal 3 times. So now I can go ahead and multiply. 9 times 2 is 18. I put my 8 and carry my plus 1. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. I have no other number to multiply by, so now I know I need to move my decimal 3 places. My decimal's right here, 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 108 thousandths. All right, now the last thing we are going to do is be dividing a decimal by a whole number. So first thing, this one's a little more complicated because you kind of have to think about how we can group it. So I'm going to do 63/100 and I'm going to divide that into 3 equal groups. So I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to go ahead and highlight 63/100 on my grid. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 61, 62, 63. Okay, now I have to figure out a way how to separate it into 3 equal groups. I'm going to do that by looking at my picture and figuring out how I could separate it into groups. So I'm going to kind of just take a look at it and say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 tenths, and then I have 3 left over. Well, I know these 3 will probably be able to be separated into the other groups. So I'm going to hold tight on those 3 right now. And I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Well, if I look at it, I could say, well, this is a group. This is another equal group. And then this is an equal group. I still have these 3 left over here, but here's 20, 40, 60 in 3 equal groups. Well, I could say, okay, I can put 1 in this group, 1 in this group, and then 1 in this group. And now they're all equal. So I have 21, 21, 21. So that means that the answer to 63 hundredths divided by 3 would be 21 hundredths. There's 21 in each group. 21 hundredths in each group. Now let me show you how we can do that using the standard algorithm. This time I have 98 hundredths and I'm dividing it into 7 equal groups. I am separating the 98 hundredths into 7 groups, so that's why the 98 hundredths goes in the box. The first thing we always do is go ahead and pull that decimal point up. And then we just divide like we normally would. So we divide, multiply, and subtract. We bring down the number, and then we repeat by going back. So first I'm going to see how many times does 7 go into 9? Well, I know that's 1 time. Then 7 times 1 is 7. Now I'm subtracting. 7 minus 9, or 9 minus 7, 7, 8, 9 is 2. Then I bring down my next number, which is 8. Now I'm going to count by 7s, because I'm going back to divide and seeing how many times does 7 go into 28. So we have 7, 14, 21, 28. That's 4 times. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 minus 28 is 0. There's nothing left for me to bring down, so the answer, or the quotient to my problem, is 14 hundredths. We can separate 90 hundredths 7 times, and it would be 14 hundredths in each group.